What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. It's your boy Chris Fly here, and this is another update. This is update part 2 of Hurricane Florence. Now, I know y'all been watching it on the forecast all week, saying what's going on. It's like it's not coming in Virginia anymore. Well, I will tell you what is going on right now. So the current track right now has been getting a little bit more confirmed on where it's gonna go, and I'm gonna tell you what's going on right now. So let me first before we do that, we know these storms are heading down to Carolina. So I just wanna if you have family and friends down in North Carolina or South Carolina, call them, and I urge you to make sure that they either evacuate from their home and come with you and come to y'all's house. Do something and call your parents, and we need to pray for them, and because this storm is going to be here any minute. Anyway, let's check out Hurricane Florence. So if you can't tell right now, it's still a hurricane. It's still a hurricane, and it's right now it's a Category 4 with maximum sustained winds 115 knots, gust to 130. And the pressure isn't that bad, but it's still a good. It's still 29.8. It's still about a good 500 miles from South Carolina. And here's the current track right now that we have this far. As you can see, the track has moved quite a bit. If you can see, right here are some I think that's we have hurricane warnings, a tropical storm watch right up here in Norfolk, Virginia, and then a hurricane watch right here, a little bit lower in South Carolina. But most of these places have hurricane watch, tropical storm watch, and a hurricane warning for most of North Carolina and South Carolina. If you can't tell me a major storm when it hits landfall, but let me just, so why is this, and you're asking, why is it looking like this? It wasn't like that earlier. Well, I'm going to tell you that. So if you look at, we have a ridge of high pressure just right off the coast right here, going in clockwork space. We have another strong high pressure that's going to come over here and connect with this one, and it's going in a clockwise position and pushing Florence and speeding it up a bit with acceleration on it. And with that clockwise formation, it's making Florence go more west than northwest. So it's not going to come up in Virginia, but I do not rule out a little bit of heavy, with a little windy and some heavy rainfall still. There's gonna be a lot of rain in North Carolina. I can say maybe up to almost 30 inches of rain expected in North Carolina, and I will say flood, and I got good news, Virginia. Your flooding threat is now decreasing due to the storm going more west, which is good for us. And that's why, and if you can tell from the track now, the track is a lot different than it was earlier. And remember how the track from before was like right here, and the circle was right above here. They poured it down now here, and some of the spaghetti plots show it going that way. One going right up into Virginia, but that is still. I mean, this is certainly going to be where it's going to go. For now, you can see the watches and warnings. I'm going to pull up some of the wind speeds up here too. The U.S. rainfall. So here's the rainfall from prediction. From light pink to dark pink is where you're going to see 20 to higher inches of rain. Lighter pink or lighter pink or purple, 15 inches. Although I expect in Virginia at least maybe about 2 to 3 inches of rain. There's not going to be as much rain as we expect, and which is kind of good for us, because that's just, And wind speed probabilities, here in Virginia, if you can't tell, Virginia, we'll probably see at least 20 to 30 mile per hour wind, but I will say this, down in North Carolina, they're going to have almost pretty good chance of seeing that wind. Is that like oh yeah, probabilities of the wind, so pretty good chance, maybe about a 10 to 20% chance that we'll see that much wind from the hurricane, but there's not going to be that much. North Carolina and South Carolina are definitely going to get the wind. Possibly up here, and maybe the tip of Georgia and maybe even, down in Georgia, you can see maybe about a 40 to close to 50% chance of seeing that strong wind. And down near, Jacksonville, Florida, you'll see about a 5% chance of seeing wind like that. Alright, now flash flood potential, so right now, most of Virginia is under a marginal risk for flooding. The most flooding, the high risk is North Carolina to South Carolina. In the yellow is a slight risk. Only a 10% chance for flooding is what we expect. Wind history. There is hurricane force winds, but other than that, that's it. But that is the current update on Hurricane Florence. Winds still pretty strong. There is some hurricane force and tropical storm force winds, mostly hurricane force winds with that storm. And there's not much I can see. The track is still not confident yet, but it's getting to the point where they're showing more force to it. Alright, so I'm gonna show you this here. So so let me say this real quick. So this is the watches and warnings for the storm surge. There is a storm surge watch near to Norfolk, Virginia, and near South Carolina. But most of South Carolina and North Carolina are under a storm surge warning. Now, I understand that's kind of bad, but it's there, so for y'all to know that. I just let you know that to see that. So, the arrival time for the hurricane in North Carolina, it should be hitting North Carolina by Thursday at 8 a.m. and continuing through the night. And it's gonna be a bad storm, probably raining a lot, just through Saturday, then it'll be gone. But other than that, that's the arrival times for the storm to make landfall. But that's gonna do, and that'll be the end of this video of the update, part 2 of Hurricane Florence. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought. Hit the like button. Subscribe here if you're new. Put a comment down below on how bad you think Hurricane Florence is going to be down in North Carolina and South Carolina. And also comment down below on how much rain you think we're going to get in Virginia, like I showed you. And leave a comment on new videos you want me to do. And for now, Chris Fly is out. Peace out, royalty.